That's correct. I have 11 Guinness World Records and 2 that are unconfirmed that should be confirmed hopefully in the next month or so. So I think I'm up to 13 now.
Oh my gosh, congratulations.
Baker's dozen, yeah, very nice. Listen, you've been on the High Wire since literally before you were born. Explain that for our viewers.
Yeah, that's right. So my mom was actually 6 months pregnant with me and still walking the wire. So as you said, I have been on a wire longer than my feet have been planted on Earth.
That's pretty, yeah, women, they got this, man. So when thinking about your incredible walks over Niagara Falls, the Grand Canyon, the volcano in Nicaragua, weather obviously a major factor, right? Especially all of it. So how do you prepare for the wind, the spray from the falls, any other conditions, maybe some wind that may come at you while on the wire?
That's a great question. So all of my training is actually geared towards the actual event that I'm training for. So for example, when I was training for a volcano, I was training with high heat and big updrafts. When I was training for Niagara Falls, I was training for heavy winds and heavy mist. What I do is I actually simulate that environment the best I can. Of course, you can't really recreate the Grand Canyon or Niagara Falls, but we have wind machines that actually create wind gusts of up to 120 miles per hour during my training. So knowing when I walked over the Grand Canyon, for example, and in my IFB, my dad says, hey, that's a 48-mile-an-hour gust of wind, rather than freaking out, I can actually counter that and say, well, I've trained in more than double that, so I know I'll be okay. And it is really all about training and preparation that leads up to these walks.
How much does that pole that you carry, how much does that help you?
Look, it helps a lot when it comes to winds, especially because I can counteract that wind. It's basically an extension of my center of gravity. So if I start to tip one way, I can use that pole to get back centered. Also, just like here every evening at the Big Apple Circus, I'm doing pyramids on the wire, which is really what my family's known for. And when I'm doing a pyramid, there's no way to really stack 2, 3, 4, 5, up to 7, actually 8 people, we have a world record for that as well, high on the wire without a balancing bar to help you balance.
Well, and when it comes to doing this sort of thing, you really have set the bar here in terms of just challenging yourself. You're constantly beating your own records here. So do you ever get at this point nervous or even a little scared before you walk up there?
Look, I would tell you there's certainly a respectful fear. What you would call fear, I really call respect. So when leading up to a walk, even again, performing here at Big Apple Circus every night, I have nerves leading up to that, but that's a respectful thing. I've been told that Elton John will often throw up in a trash can before going on stage to this day. Look, he's a legend, he's amazing, but he respects what he does and he respects the audience to that level. And it's the same for me. What I'm doing is real, it is dangerous, I am risking my life, and it's very important that I never lose those nerves.